MyTV 53 News at 8 starts right now.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the San Joaquin Valley's only 8 p.m. news. I am Austin Reed. It's Monday, August the 14th. Thank you for joining us. Our big story tonight is in southeast Fresno, where DUIs are on the rise. This comes as a Fresno police officer was hit early this morning due to an intoxicated driver. And this all started because of a deadly crash. Let's check in with Stephen Gomez. He's in the news center with our big story. Hi, Stephen.
Two crashes happening last night in Fresno, where the first one resulted in a pedestrian unresponsive at the scene of the crash, and the other one sending a Fresno police officer airborne. Right before 2 a.m., the Southeast Policing District responded to a call on Clovis Avenue regarding a vehicle that had just hit a pedestrian. When officers arrived on scene, the pedestrian was found to be unresponsive. We got an interview with Officer Christopher Clark to get more information on what happened.
So at about just shortly before 2 a.m., officers responded to a vehicle versus pedestrian, and they were handling that collision.
Then, a little later at 2:18 a.m., while an officer blocking traffic for the investigation of the deadly crash, he noticed a vehicle traveling southbound on Clovis Avenue, not reducing speed as it approached the crime scene.
And we did have an officer who was blocking traffic at Clovis and Garland when he observed a vehicle oncoming at a high rate of speed. The officer took the measures to try to get the vehicle to stop. However, he observed that the vehicle was not stopping. At some point, the officer ran towards the back of his vehicle to get out of the way from the collision, and that's when the suspect vehicle hit the police vehicle, and then the patrol vehicle spun and hit the officer. The officer did fall into the street. Thankfully, the officer had non-life-threatening injuries, and he's recovering as we speak.
The man who struck the officer's vehicle was later on booked into Fresno County Jail under DUI charges. Here's a message from Officer Christopher Clark to prevent people from driving under the influence.
One of the things I say is, the second you touch a drink, get your keys to somebody. We have apps, we have Uber, we have Lyft.
As for the pedestrian who was killed, that investigation will continue, and for the officer, he's expected to be okay. I'm Stephen Gomez reporting for MyTV 53 News at 8.
Stephen Gomez on the story. Thank you for that. Also new from Fresno PD, a homicide investigation is underway. Shortly after midnight, officers from the Southwest Policing District responded to the 200 block where they located 41-year-old Nathaniel Ricks. Officers provided first aid until medics arrived. However, the man did not survive.
Yeah, that is correct. We don't believe that it is gang. It is gang related because of the fact that our victim has some gang ties. However, it is not gang motivated at this point. Unless we discover something later on, hence the need to utilize our magic unit to firm up those suspicions at this time.
Well, shortly after 11 p.m. last night, officers responded to Locust Avenue and College regarding a 13-round shot spotter activation. As officers arrived in the area, a 911 call came in reporting 3 shooting victims were at Kaiser Hospital. When officers arrived, they found 3 shooting victims, a 19-year-old male, 19-year-old female, and a 23-year-old female. All 3 are expected to survive their injuries. According to the victims, they drove to the area to meet up with someone they had an argument with earlier in the day. At this point, there is no suspect at this time, so call Fresno PD or Valley Crime Stoppers at 498-STOP if you know anything.
Hello, I'm Austin Reed. Thank you for watching this latest YouTube video. If you haven't done so yet, make sure you subscribe to the MyTV 53 YouTube channel, and be sure to watch the Valley's only primetime news at 8, weeknights from 8 to 9 p.m., only on MyTV 53. You can also catch us anytime on the local B TV app.